Hello, everybody. Well, I am back. I know I took a week break, 2 week break, something like that, after my visit to Orlando, getting worked on by Dominic Deanna, Dr. Deanna. It's, I felt like I needed to take the break. You know, I didn't feel called to make a video last week. That's why I've been sharing, some older videos, maybe from like a week or so ago, just something, the video with Phil from 2020. I felt that was important to share. Just really needed to take the time to do my quote unquote cleaning of the closet, letting go of things from my past, both physical, digital, and mental or emotional. You know what I mean? Things that we that we don't process, that I didn't process 2 years ago, 5, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, because we hold these attachments to so many things. And when we hold these attachments, we think those attachments are us. We think the car accident, the money we got, the money that we lost, the horrible experience that we had, the heartbreak, that we are that. We are that. And it's just not true. But it is true if you hold on to that. That is your truth. That is your reality. But when you finally get to a place where you let go and you realize, I am not these things, I am not these memories, I am not this job, this title, you start to realize who you really are. Which brings me to the title of the video, Finding the Real You. Without getting to too many specifics here, some of the things I let go of, some have to do with religion. I've been letting go of that for years now, but in terms of the physical stuff, the physical things that still are around, that reminds you, like, you were baptized Orthodox. You are this. You will always be this. Did I have a say in that? Did I, being 30 days old or whatever, I got baptized. Did I have a say in that? I thought I'm a soul. I am my soul. I'm connected to God. When did I ever get to decide? Now, that I say because I think it's an important point. Now, looking back after letting go, I'm so grateful for the experience that I had in that religion, in the church. I had many wonderful friendships, lots of great memories, lots of, still have a few friends, I would say, a few that I still keep in contact with. And I know if I see some others, like a year from now, it's going to be a great time. So I'm really grateful for that experience. And that's how I look at it. And how I think many of us should look at it, is that we don't have to keep doing something or keep hanging out with certain crowd or keep reliving certain memories because we're trying to get back to the first time we felt that. It's okay to move on. And don't look back at it with like, I wish I could have had meat on that Friday, or I wish I could have gone to the movies during Lent. Like, I wish I could have, but looking back at it with grace. I'm really fortunate that I got to be a part of a community, because community is very, very important, whatever community you choose to be in. But coming to a place where, many things I realized this past week, but one of the things was like, wow, I wasn't born Russian. I wasn't born Orthodox. I found two little notes that I wrote to my grandfather when I think I must have been 3, 4 years old, something like that. But it was for Father's Day, and I didn't have a father growing up. He was essentially the father figure for me. So I would write, I hope you have a dear grandpa. I hope you have a wonderful or a great Father's Day. I love you very much, Gabriel. And since I was born, I know that Russian was in the household. But here, I'm writing to my grandfather, who was very big on keeping everything Russian in the household. I called him Grandpa, and I signed Gabriel. To me, this week, seeing that, it's like, that is so raw, coming from a child. I didn't come from, I'm Russian, I'm Orthodox, or this and that. Like, I just came from love, right from my heart. Grandpa. Didn't say Diedushka. Gabriel. I didn't say Gavril. To me, that was a huge eye-opener. And to let go, I found a church to give my things of the past. And it felt so good. It felt so good because now it's like I'm leaving that. And I'm finding the real me again. I mean, it's always been there. The things that I do, my humor, is all that kind of stuff. That is me. That is me. But knowing where you come from, not like, where you come from, where do we all come from? But where you come from, like where your decisions, the choices you make, the things, the people, the experiences that you choose to give time to, like, you get to realize who you really are. And it's not in a moment. I mean, I think in moments you keep finding yourself. But for instance, are you a doctor? It's like, is that the one thing you are? So that when people talk to you, they're like, oh, he's a doctor, or she's a doctor. I don't know, a basketball player, or like, I remember this one priest, and he did not like that I was choosing an acting career, and he's like, oh, do you? I forgot what he said, but essentially like, oh, do you think this is what God wants for you, or this and that, or oh, he did not agree with it. And then a few minutes later, this woman came to me, like, how are you? Like, how's life in North Carolina? And I'm like, oh, it's great, and then the priest was over here, and he's like, yes, did you hear? He is an actor. He was projecting big time. He was projecting big time. And she didn't have a negative charge with it. She was excited. She's like, oh, like, that's amazing. That's wonderful. You're doing what you love. He did not like that. But the reason why I bring that up is because, like, even when it comes to me, like, and I hear the people who are like, oh, so you're an actor. I'm like, it just so happens to be one of the things that I do, that I enjoy doing. I don't know. To be limited by one thing. I'm an actor. Well, I play guitar and I sing. I'm a musician as well. Am I an actor-musician? No. I film food reviews. Am I a food critic? No, I'm just somebody who enjoys eating delicious food, reviewing beers as well, because I enjoy those, and then just share it. And if it just so happens to be entertaining, wonderful. And then these videos. Am I a life coach? I don't have a certification. I'm just sharing what I've learned, because I think it's important. Not everybody in my life wants to talk about this. Most actually in my life, I would say, don't want to watch this because they see me as the guy who always makes jokes, or can never be serious, or all these things. And the truth is, I do this too. I guess I consider it one of the gifts that I share. It's just, why not? If it even helps one person, even if that one person just me, just by doing this, that I've done my job. And this isn't even a job. So we aren't just one thing. In a higher sense, we are everything. We're not, when you limit yourself to one thing, you literally limit yourself, your potential, and what you can do for yourself and for others. So finding the real you starts when you begin to let go of who you were. Not everything. It's not like everything before right now, this moment, was a lie or anything like that. No, those were your truths right in the moment when you're experiencing those things, going to that school, going to that church, hanging out with that group that you no longer hang out with. The real you is screaming screaming, pleading that you reconnect. That was one of the big things that I realized and learned while I was getting worked on by Dominic at his NSA, Network Spinal Analysis Office. Your inner child, you've been saying no to him or her so many times, maybe even earlier this morning, when you're like, I gotta be at work at 9, but man, I really just want to read this book, or I really just want to enjoy an extra cup of coffee, sit outside, or just spend 20 more minutes with my kids. And you said no to yourself because it's like, I have to go to that job. Why do you have to go to that job right at a certain time? They can wait. Isn't 20 minutes more with your child more important than getting to your job right on time? Because I guarantee you, jobs, they come and go. Someone in my life lost their job because they decided not to do something. And in those moments, it's like, man, I gave my all to this company, to this thing, and I let myself down. Or how many ways this prevented me from enjoying these extra moments in my life that I could have had with my kids or friends, parents, whichever. The real you wants you to find it again. So however you need to do that, whatever you need to let go of and feel so that you can heal and find the real you, I invite you to take that step. And let me know how it goes. Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for subscribing, for watching. I'm seeing the numbers go up little by little, and I'm really grateful because, you know, I love making the food reviews. They're a lot of fun. It's great. It's another side of me. But these videos, I'm really, really passionate about, and I really appreciate you guys subscribing and watching and sharing. So I'll see you on the next video. Have a great week.